I stumbled across this old video from the 50s, and it's about homosexuals.
Never knows when the homosexual is about. He may appear normal, and it may be too late when you discover he is mentally ill. But all homosexuals are not passive. Ralph showed him some pornographic pictures. Jimmy knew he shouldn't be interested, but, well, he was curious. What Jimmy didn't know was that Ralph was sick, a sickness that was not visible like smallpox, but no less dangerous and contagious, a sickness of the mind. You see, Ralph was a homosexual, a person who demands an intimate relationship with members of their own sex.
We've came a long way in this country, and we ain't far enough. Not all gay people are bad, man. Like, we have a lot of gay people that come to our shows, but they conservative gay, you know, good gay. You said the language that's using that video, they may appear normal. Thought that was homophobic. I think you can be gay and be normal. You can be straight and not normal. Look at Joe Biden.
Yo! Whoa! Whoa! This is the type of shit that'll get your entire channel, let alone your life, canceled in 2023. I didn't know this existed. This was by far the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I know that there are gonna be some people that are gonna find this super fucking offensive. Oh my God, how dare they say that? Homosexuality is not a sickness, it's a way of life. I got it, and let's be honest, Doc don't give a shit, right? I don't care. You live your life the way you want to. It don't disturb me. You keep your peace. I'ma let you be. As long as you not doing nothing crazy, you do you. But man, to sit there and have this infomercial made in the 50s, bro, back then, whoo, I'm pretty sure that was a tough time. I can only imagine what the infomercials on black people were like back then. And if anybody knows, let me know, because I would love to. I don't think I want to know, but I kind of do want to know. I would be surprised if they let this video get monetized, let alone stay up on the channel very long. But to call homosexuality a sickness and a mental illness, there are a lot of people that are going to debate that. A lot of people are going to debate it. Some people will be like, of course it's a mental illness, right? Then you got people that'll say, I was born this way, this is who I am, accept it, da-da-da. So there's probably a lot of logic that can be basically talked about from different perspectives, right? And this is an interesting thing. This is something that I don't want to talk about it, but again, if you're gonna learn, you're gonna learn, right? Y'all know that I am in the educational realm and I teach high schoolers, right? And yes, there are a lot of my kids who choose to live an alternative lifestyle. So if they are comfortable enough to talk about it, you know, shit, I'ma ask questions, right? And the question I normally ask is, when did you realize, like, when did you feel like, yo, you no longer want to date women if you're a dude, or, you know, you no longer want to date, you know, guys if you're a girl? I asked that question. I'm like, when did you realize it? Most of them will say around middle school. So when I hear the fact that people say they were born this way, I don't know, man. I don't know about it, because the majority of them came to this conclusion later on in life, rather than, oh, I was born and I was playing with Barbie dolls, stuff like that, right? But going back to the infomercial, ladies and gentlemen, I found that to be the wildest shit I have ever heard in my entire life. And again, I am scared to know. I am scared to find out an infomercial where they was talking about black folk. I did come across a video, however, that talked about black people, and it was crazy, because they was like, black people, before they were, it's a little uncomfortable, work with me, before they were recognized as human beings, they said that they were looked upon as like pets or people that needed to be taken care of.
What did you think we were before you began to think of us as human beings?
Well, in a way, we thought of you almost as a very superior pet. Something, or rather someone, we had to take care of, because we had to do so much of their thinking for them. We had to do almost everything for them, except living their own lives. Anything outside, we had to do for them.
And I'm gonna try to find that video so that we can watch it, disturbing a little bit, but hey, it comes with the learning of the mindset of people about different races. I've personally grown up knowing that I don't give a fuck about how people really feel, because I can't care, because if I do, it's gonna be a whole problem, and it's just not worth it to really worry about it. But I do find videos like this interesting, and I hope you guys find these videos to be interesting too, to an extent, right? Sometimes you've just gotta take it tongue-in-cheek, A, and B, you gotta realize the time, and C, if you still offended by something that happened 70 plus years ago, that's on you, player. At this point, that is a you problem. That is a you thing, or a me thing, not a we thing. You feel me? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe. This has been my time, effort, and energy. I ain't got nothing else for you, man. The 1950s were very interesting times. That's all I gotta say about that. And if you were around in the 1950s, because I know I cater to somewhat of an older audience from time to time, you know, I got a 20% or so that is of an older generation, the baby boomers or the boomer generation. If you knew some shit that you wanted to share, again, open dialogue, man. Doc would be open to hearing, because I'm damn sure curious and interested to know if you experienced this, or if this is what people's mindsets were like back in the day, because it almost seemed to be true. The fact that you would call it a mental illness, and till today, people are still calling it a mental illness. But you got a lot of people that are bucking the system and saying, yo, don't you talk about us like that, and it becomes a great arguing point, whatever. All right, that's my time, y'all, man. Doc's got to go. Camera getting shaky. Doc is out. Peace.